Hello everyone, it's Michael and Dylan from the Action Figure Cave. So Dylan, we have one more Mandalorian figure to open today.
Dad,
yeah.
Can we get to the unboxing now? Because I've been waiting 3 days to open this.
Okay. Okay, so I better take some video of this awesome card back before I get yelled at by Dylan again. So there it is, Star Wars and Mandalorian, Remnant Stormtrooper. Another great card back. And then there's the nice large lettering. Here's our VC-165. I'm sorry for broke some parts the other day when I broke out my VC-164 Gavin layer. Showed it open. I know, that was a rough one. I'm hoping that there are no crazy variations in this wave, because then being one of the first people to get the wave out in the wild, you never know. But I really wanted to open these figures and I couldn't wait. So let's get to that unboxing. Okay, so here is the Stormtrooper, the packaging, and before we take a look at it, I just wanted to say that this Stormtrooper is a repaint of the Rogue One Stormtrooper that we got in the Vintage Collection in 2019. And like this Stormtrooper, that was an incredible sculpt. I think it was one of the best Stormtroopers they've ever made. Obviously, this is the same sculpt, so very nice Stormtrooper. This one is sad, repainted and weathered, because this Stormtrooper is from the Mandalorian show, and because that show takes place after the fall of the Empire. I will get the Rogue One Stormtrooper out in a few seconds and do a comparison. As I said, this is a great sculpt. I'm not too sure about the weather on this one. I mean, I feel like it's definitely not screen accurate. The little black pop patches on there are, but there's a lot of yellow on this, obviously to reflect the sand, but I'm not really sure if I love the weather on this, but it's definitely a great Stormtrooper, and I'm gonna buy a few of these because I have the troop transport, which I will take that out in a moment too. But it's always good to have more Stormtroopers in this line, so Army build. I love this sculpt, so I'm glad they re-released another Stormtrooper in a different variation. It would be really cool if this Stormtrooper came with a different weapon as well. This is the same weapon as the Rogue One Stormtrooper, and which is good, but if it came out like a longer rifle or something, that would be really cool, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, let's take the Rogue One Stormtrooper out and have these guys side by side, see the difference. Okay, so here are the two Stormtroopers side by side. Here is the clean version, Rogue One Stormtrooper. Just an amazing sculpt. Amazing figure. And then we have the Remnant Stormtrooper from Mandalorian with the repainted weathering. Definitely a really good figure. I would have toned down the yellow a little bit. Weathering's not great on this figure, but it's a great sculpt because it's obviously the same sculpt as this one. Still think it's a great figure. I'm going to buy a few of them because I definitely want this figure in the troop transport, which I'm going to take out right now and see how it looks. So here's the new Vintage Collection Imperial troop transport. I got this a few weeks ago, and I actually did a review on it, so if you didn't see that and you're interested, go back to our playlist and check that video out. It's really cool, kind of with the weathering, kind of looks really good with the transport. Rogue One Stormtroopers look good too, but you know, they're a more cleaner version of them, and I feel like just having a couple of these in the transport and have a couple inside is gonna make for a stunning display. Definitely looking forward to getting more of these. And then the Rogue One Stormtroopers, of course, will go on my Rogue One shelf. And you know, despite this ship being kind of small, I do love this ship. I think it's an incredible, detailed little ship. Anyways, check out this guy's articulation. Again, this is the same sculpt as the Rogue One Stormtrooper, so articulation is going to be the same. I want to show everyone anyway, in case you don't own that figure. I'm just going to kind of show you the articulation. I'm not going to try to talk too much. My co-host says I talk too much. So anyway, there's the movement in the head. It's a little bit restricted here. I mean, you have a little bit of neck movement from up and down, but not a lot. You can try to get them in poses where you kind of tilt the head a little down a little bit. So not bad there. So let's take a look at the arms. Got articulation in the shoulders. All right, pretty good. And then we have articulation in the elbows. And then, of course, we have wrist articulation there. And then let's check out that waist. Nice. Side to side. Oh yeah. Love that. And then check the knees. Nice. And you have feet here. See how we get him onto his knees. Pretty good. And of course, if you want to get him in that troop transport, obviously to get him standing is no problem, but can we get him to sit? So yeah, so this is the best I could do to get him to sit. Definitely when you get him in that transport inside, definitely get him to sit inside. So I'm a big fan of the black weathering. I think it looks pretty good. Maybe a little something here, or a little maybe, I don't know. But just minor complaints. I'm just saying that I am not happy with the figure. I am. I'm going to buy a few of them, put in that transport. And I love the scope, so. And here's the back of the figure. I don't know if you picked it up while I had it spinning, but not a ton of weathering on the back. You have some little bit of sand over here. None of the black stuff in the back. And you have a little bit of weathering here on the legs, and some on the black here. And here's another close up. All right, so that completes the Mandalorian figures. There is one more figure from this wave, and it's a clone trooper from Attack of the Clones, and that's a pretty awesome figure too. I have the first release of that figure, so I did not pick it up, but I will be getting it. I have these figures on pre-order. I will be picking up that clone trooper when that pre-order comes in. This is just probably one of the best waves I've done in the Vintage Collection in a very long time. I love all three of these figures. If I had to pick a favorite, I would probably go with Cara Dune. I just love this figure. Head sculpt is really done well. Obviously the Mandalorian figure is amazing too, so really. And then obviously this is a great sculpt, great wave. Both the Clone Trooper and the Stormtrooper make great army building figures, so this is going to be one popular wave. I recommend to pre-order it if you haven't already, because they are going to sell very fast. Alright guys, so thank you for watching again. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe. We have a lot of stuff coming up in the future. It's been a while since we've done a contest, a few months back, and we had a lot of fun doing them, so I think we might have one coming up. Make sure you subscribe, and if you like these figures, you're a big fan of the Vintage Collection, please give the Action Figure Cave one big thumbs up. Thank you everyone, have a great weekend, and go get yourself some Mando figures.